My name is Hannes Tordengren. I'm from Sweden originally. I am studying economics at Stockholm School of Economics. I did my bachelor's there as well, and now I'm part of the Wallenberg Fellowship Program. I did my summer internship at Peterson Institute for International Economics. There I was working with two economists, that's Anders Osland and Simeon Jankov. They've been working in the World Bank, they've been working in transition economics. What I did there is that I worked with a project on how to fix Europe. It's a book. I co-wrote some chapters of the book together with especially Anders Osland. I helped them with the graphs, I did my Excel work, I did some research. So it was a quite diverse field. And then I took part of everything that happens in Washington, such as the events at the think tank. The internship experience was really a dive down into the world of policy analyses and the actual politics taking place in Washington. The TPP, the trade agreement, was taking place during summer. Greece was mostly falling apart, it seemed, and then there was a deal in the end. And all these things were really close in Washington and in the think tank environment. Things that was discussed, events being held, and there was also written and information that needed to be presented to decision makers. So Georgetown University gives an excellent opportunity to learn from an academic perspective how these things work, but also joining in with the actual experience of teachers and professors at Georgetown who have been in think tanks, who have been working with the government, who have been abroad, who have been working in corporations and business. And I think that's how it ties in. This goes together. It's the theoretical part, but it also has a practical end when it's used and done in real world. In a sense, Washington might be a world in itself. There are internationals everywhere. I hear all types of languages spoken on the streets. It's close to power in the sense that everyone has something to do with policy making, with multilateral institutions. There are all the lobbyists and bureaucrats. So in that sense, Washington is a really diverse place. The second thing I would like to mention is Americans and the experiences I've had so far with that. I found Americans to be very welcoming, very easygoing to get to know, as well as the international community here, which I found it very easy to just grab a beer, for example, in the evening, or meet up and go to an event together. This is a program for diversity. It's a program for people coming with different backgrounds, entering. And then in that environment, it's very easy to learn from each other. It's very easy to bring the experiences that you have. And I think we have people who have worked in consultancies. We have people who have worked in multilaterals like the World Bank. I've been in the armed forces and in the security side. We have people who have worked in corporations and business and within the government. And I think when you bring that together, really great things can happen. To be in the US, to experience Washington, and to experience the other Wallenberg Fellows. I think that important aspect of being in Washington is also the individualized career advice that you get at Georgetown University. Rosie O'Neill, who is working here closely together with us, has been a great asset both in helping us develop, learn, get to know ourselves, but also to get to know some people. Like we met at Freedom House, the President Legan there, who gave us an overview of how the situation works. I've been at the World Bank and got an overview of how they work, as well as World Resource Institute and Peterson Institute, Atlantic Council, and so on. So that's really been something that I'm taking out from this program. The advice I would like to give to everyone considering this fellowship is one, apply. The second part is, if you have any interest in international relations, if you think that the corporate sphere is more than just economic models and the rational actor model of economics, I think this is also the right place for you. Georgetown gives something that Stockholm Economics only to a limited extent gives. It gives access to professors who are working in the public policy sphere. It gives access to the arenas where the decisions that will define how our path forwards in the world is taken. And it also gives access to a large alumni network of people who are well positioned within this area. So for those reasons, I think Georgetown really has a lot to offer for people from Stockholm School of Economics.